get fired.
They're the best
get boner
sleeping pills
pills
I've
too,
ever
then?
had.
It probably because FDA approved. You're probably just taking
What the hell? Like,
Dude, most sleeping pills, you wake up and you're like super groggy. These ones, no.
do you like look at the ingredients?
No.
Okay,
And
that's
and I take them. I've been taking them every night for about 6 months.
Dude,
that
also,
might be why the mental health shit
also,
I
dude.
didn't say my mental health is bad. Who said that?
doesn't.
Oh yeah, I just
doesn't
look- I
sound
just-
like you're
we
very
just,
happy.
We just looked at you.
You deserve to be happy.
I looked
that's
at
what
your
I'm telling
outfit.
you.
And I,
Dude, this is.
Yeah,
I
you look
showed
like a
Amanda what I'm
divorced
wearing.
dad.
I showed Amanda and she's like, "That's not good."
it isn't.
No, you're. This is your podcast, and it looks like you got out of bed.
Well,
I mean, there's just something about like
I'm sorry, that was rude.
I don't know. There's just something about I there has to be a shirt that fits a little more, right? Like,
well, this got shrunk.
oh
Wait.
my God.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing, dude. Our clothes keep shrinking in the dryer, and
Sure.
I don't know if
No,
that's
no,
always.
sure.
I don't know if that's
Well,
what's
I'm losing-
happening.
I'm
Does your
losing weight.
girlfriend also go to another school?
I'm-
Dude, what's going on? My clothes keep
I'm losing weight, so I don't know
What could you possibly? I think I've maybe had it once or twice. I watched something and maybe it shrinks a little bit, but it doesn't continue to shrink.
Dude,
how
Yeah.
how badly?
Dude, Amanda
It's usually
fucked
half the
up.
size.
How
Amanda-
incorrectly could you be watching it?
Dude.
That it's like it's becoming that much
well, I
smaller.
can't. I don't want to blame my wife, but
You definitely aren't washing your own clothes though.
no.
When's the last time you did laundry?
Like maybe a month ago.
And when did they start?
Is
becoming
Amanda
smaller?
doing the laundry in the meantime, or are you
Yeah,
guys just
usually
raw
she
dogging
is.
this shit?
But she's home all day, and I'm out working like 13-hour shifts.
oh yeah, you're a man.
yeah, no, I'm a fucking man. Yeah.
Bringing in the dough.
No, but I usually do the dishes. That's my
Okay,
contribution.
that's
and,
not
and
bad.
I take out the garbage.
That sounds
So-
like the bare minimum. I like that.
yeah. I also like doing the dishes. It's like therapeutic.
No, dishes.
Yeah.
People really would freak out about dishes. It's actually very satisfying.
Yeah.
Also, at the
Yeah,
end
I
when
like
you at the end when you clean the sink. You look at it and
Oh,
you're like,
yeah.
dude, look
It's
how
shiny.
fucking fresh
Yeah.
that looks. I actually love it. I love that part. That part's the best when you like. It's like you're saving up for that final fucking like. It's like the final cup of French fries at the bottom of a bag.
Do you think we could show this clip to HGTV and they might sponsor us?
Why not, dude?
I think they would.
Shout out to HGTV and
what is
shout out.
HGTV?
it's like
Oh,
it's like a home improvement
Ask
kind of
your mom.
channel. They sell homes. They try to. It's
It's where the property brothers
how do you not
are.
know HGTV is?
I feel
Dude,
like
I
that's
don't-
your bread and butter. I feel
It's-
like it's TLC, HGTV, and Cops.
Dude, I do want to see the Cops reboot. It's like
They rebooted it?
yeah, but it's only on like Fox News's streaming service.
Oh, yeah.
And that sounds very fun.
That,
like,
that
that's
sounds
the-
very
that's the one-
scripted.
I mean, also you can just you know how many fucking cop shit is online on YouTube.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dude. That's
Get
half my
Rabbit
feed
hole.
is just watching like cops.
Yeah, dude,
fucking
you're
already doing
people
it.
You're
up.
just like my wife. That's what she falls asleep to now. It's like police
I
brutality.
just fall asleep to guttural screaming.
well, and the thing is, I hate the cops. I'm not cheering for them, and I just get riled up before
But
bed.
but
I'm
then-
like, can you believe this shit? And then
but-
I just like,
yeah, but then sometimes
pass out.
you'll see a clip of someone just being so insane. You're just like, yeah, get him, dude.
Dude,
Go get him.
there's a few. Yeah, we were like, oh, he kind of had that coming.
Yeah,
like,
that's what's fun about it is you can be like, dude, the cops fucking suck, and then you see a couple clips of some people being crazy, and you're like, you fuck them up. It's a weird mix. Like,
Yeah, there's one where the guy punched a lady in the face in front of cops in New York. And
Yeah.
they just tackled him. I was like, yeah, well, he had that coming. Like,
yeah, no,
They
that's
should have
what
clapped and given him a medal.
I'm still just stuck on how a shirt has shrunk more than once.
Oh, it's dude.
I've just never
my
heard of
Skink
that.
Fest hoodie is ruined, and that's been washed.
How, dude? What the fuck's
Too
going
much
on
cum?
in your washer? What? How badly?
Well, we need a new one.
But like, what are you putting into it?
Have you prayed recently?
I don't know what is going into it. I don't know.
I'm just
But like,
seriously
my
perplexed.
dad gave us this washer and dryer because it was ruining his clothes.
Are you fucking serious?
And
Wait, so you took a
Wait,
defective
wait.
washer
Is this-
from your father?
Is this a real thing you're saying that your dad said, "Hey, have this washer and dryer. It's ruining my clothes," and then your clothes are starting to get ruined, and you're like, "What's going on?"
yeah, that's kind of.
Oh my god, dude!
But
But life's going good for you.
we've had this washer and dryer for 3 years now, and we've been able to keep it at like healthy, where it's not turning on us.
How do you
So
keep
what?
it
So what?
healthy?
What were you doing to do that?
Do you like pet it?
What's changed from here to
Do you
now?
sometimes give it an
Well,
extra dryer
I don't
sheet?
know. We keep changing the stuff we put into it. I think it's just
Other than
I
clothes?
think it's the dryer. I don't think it's the washer.
You can also just what's going on with the dryer?
Well, I think that's what's shrinking the clothes. I think
How? Like what is it too hot?
Yeah, I think. Well, and I'm putting it on low.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes I there's a point with you that I can't ask any more questions because I'm getting too frustrated.
I'm just still hung up on the
So-
fact that you take dollar store sleeping medication. Like this could be the Michael Jackson shit and you don't know it.
Also, there could be nothing in there, and you just think something.
I'm just
Could just be
taking
sugar.
placebo. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's working, and it's only $1.25, so I'll
And
keep spending my money on it.
You got to manifest.
Damn.
You're probably keeping those stores in business, and I think that's important. Thank you
dude, I'm
for
a
supporting.
huge fan of. You don't like Dollar Tree?
I haven't gone in there in like years. Actually, the last time I did, we got
I think that's
hand sanitizer and like cheap lighters, and tried to light my friend's hand
yeah,
on
that-
fire.
that's-
But the alcohol content was so low that we couldn't even see the
There's good
flames.
stuff at Dollar Tree.
Yeah, what they-
what else-
Wait, do you not go to Dollar Tree?
I haven't
Am I
been- I haven't been in a
What is
long
there in
time.
Dollar Tree?
What do you get? Yeah, what's the main shit you're getting? Outside of
sleeping
sleep-
pills?
Outside of that.
Sleeping pills.
Ibuprofen. Basically, all of our medicine comes from Dollar Tree,
Okay.
and same active ingredients as the stuff we were getting from Walgreens. We're just not
No,
spending
no, I
$8 a bottle,
How many like pills do you get per bottle? Is it just
like 30.
30
Yeah,
I mean,
Okay.
how much you spend on that bottle?
$1.20.
For ibuprofen?
with tax or
Yeah, yeah.
after tax?
It's not bad.
Yeah,
It's not bad.
I was
No,
like-
no, I understand that. But is that the only thing you get there? Just
Yeah, that's
the
basically it.
medication.
You just
okay.
get drugs at
But-
Dollar Tree?
we have gone like one time, like we went to the movies and we were like, hey, we don't want to pay like $9 for a box of candy, so we grabbed a box of candy at the dollar store and then smuggled that into the movie.
What movie was it?
Dune.
Dune
Was that
great
good
flick.
choice?
Yeah.
Great,
Good choice.
great movie.
Dude.
I haven't been to a lot of movies in the last year, and
Apparently, Utah is the most. It's the one of the only states keeping the movie industry alive. Like that's
This-
where a lot of box office earnings come from. Apparently, Utahns are very into movies still, which is great. I love a good
Well,
flick.
Dude, I just saw a stat that was like Utah is the most basketball courts per capita in the country.
Which
and then it makes a lot of sense because I was like,
the
oh, all the
most white
churches.
people.
No, all the-
Yeah.
all the
Oh,
churches.
yeah.
And I was like, no, that's why. Yeah.
yeah, if you take out the churches,
It's
then
nowhere.
where is it? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
But
nowhere.
the churches, that's keeping us afloat.
yeah, if
Yeah.
you go to a park, it's a pickleball court. You're not.
Yeah,
there's no
I-
basketball to be
I
found.
I
And no,
hate that.
No
that
minorities.
is like that is Utah, because I've never seen that in my life. I've never been to a park and seen a pickleball court until I moved here.
Well,
Yeah.
definitely other parts of the country that have that.
Well, I'm not saying
Connecticut?
I hate
I
pickleball
wasn't saying that
so
Utah's
much.
the only place that has pickleball.
No, but I do love that. That's our big flex. We got more fucking. We have all these basketball courts. We love basketball. You just need to join the church to use it. Like, but
I'd pay my tithing for that.
no, I did. They're fun. Shout out church ball.
Church ball is fun, and you'll hear a lot of racial slurs, which is fun as well.
Just,
I've never heard a racial slur.
I don't think I
heard
ever did either.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
we must have gone to the wrong church
ball were
balls.
you going
Yeah.
to?
I went to the one at 1 a.m. It's an invite only,
So I don't-
shirts and
yeah,
skins.
I don't think that's not
I don't think
official
that's
church ball.
sanctioned. Yeah.
the bishop was running
there's
it. He
supposed to be a
charged us
ref.
$25 a piece to get in. Winner takes
This
all.
doesn't feel real.
It was great, dude. South Jordan, go
Okay.
go, dude.
That sounds fun,
Yeah. I
but I
Okay.
also
Dude.
still don't believe it.
I have a hard time.
You don't have to believe it. You just have to see it. You should come.
That sounds
Next
antithetical
time-
to the point of this of church ball.
That sounds
Of
like
church
Santa
ball?
Claus.
Yeah. It just
Honestly,
sounds
bro,
like church
you
ball.
gotta come.
You have to see it to
Time and
believe it.
place.
It's not church ball, dude.
Yeah, that is antithetical to God.
So big news. In
Okay.
August, I'm running half a marathon.
That's not happening.
Dude, I'm doing it.
I am looking forward to seeing you attempt that. That
And
sounds
I'm
fun.
gonna do it in 2 hours.
So in 2 months, you're gonna run a half marathon.
Yes.
What's like the average
Like time, I have no idea.
What's like?
I was just looking
2
at what
days.
I want to do.
I like this, but you might be
Very slow.
walking it, which is fine. I'm still be proud.
Dude, I'm running it.
Okay, I'm having half marathon average time. Okay, let's go. Okay, by age and ability, let's see. A good half marathon time is an hour 50. The average half
marathon,
the
an
average
hour
half
50?
marathon time
Jesus.
across it's the average. Okay, hold on. The fastest half marathon time is 58 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, that's insane.
Okay, male half marathon running times. A good half marathon time for a man is an hour and 43 minutes.
Okay, so I'm shooting.
The average half marathon time. Okay, that's the average across all ages.
Dude, I'm going to do it in 2 hours.
Okay, let's see. Well, what do you 30?
Wait, are you saying I should
Okay,
do
wait,
it faster?
okay. It's
about to be
than 2
30.
hours?
No, okay. So you're 30.
Because I
I turned
remember
31
things.
Monday.
Okay, so
I'm
you turn
cool.
31 Monday. Okay, so the average for age 30 for a beginner
We're 12.
is
That's it.
2 hours and 25 minutes.
I'm
It's
doing
the
it in 2
average-
hours.
What's your fastest mile right now, currently?
Right now,
Yeah, what's your average mile time?
8:30.
All right.
Can you maintain that? for,
No,
like,
I can't maintain
2.5
that,
hours?
so-
Okay. So and then so you have no free time really.
Yeah, but
And-
I'm going to the gym every day.
But are you running? How are
And
you
I'm
running?
running.
Are you running on treadmill?
No.
Good.
We-
And he's not
track in
playing
my
video
gym.
games.
Okay.
I think that's important.
And so the track is 1/8 of a mile, so you got to do 8 laps for a mile,
Yeah.
and it's fun. Every day I start, like today at the gym, I start with 50 power cleans no matter what. Then I do the muscle group that I want to work out, and then I do 100 sit-ups. I do 50 push-ups, and then I run. Well, on chest day I do 50 push-ups, and then I run.
Okay.
Yeah,
So remind me what this podcast is about.
it's a job interview.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did I get the job or
No.
No.
Well, if you keep interjecting like this,
Yeah,
you're
probably
not.
not.
You're not.
Sorry.
It's not looking
Sorry.
good.
You're
I'll-
definitely
I'll
not.
sh- I'll
getting
shut up.
this. That's probably the
Forgive
the
me.
bosses are talking right now.
Okay.
This
okay.
is part of
Fine. I'll
what
shut
happens
up.
at this fucking job is sometimes we start chatting
Oh,
and
okay.
you're just a fucking subordinate. You have to,
I'm a
listen.
subordinate. I don't even have a job yet.
I'm
and
saying-
you guys are acting
it's
like
a
you
fucking
pay me.
job interview, dude. You want
Yeah.
Do you want this or do you not want it?
okay.
I
And you're-
I feel like, why should I work for you guys? That's the real question.
Also, then we start backpedaling like, no, you really want this.
No, you-
yeah,
no,
do I
hey,
want this
hey,
job?
this
Yeah,
the
like
opportunity
no.
of a lifetime.
Is it?
Trust me, you want
the
this job.
benefits don't seem great. You guys don't even have a pickleball
But
court.
here's
That's
the thing:
hurtful.
you already
Yeah,
dro-
but we do provide dental.
and
Okay, actually, I'm in.
you already agreed and drove down here.
No,
I
I
drove
rode
you here.
in your car. Thank you
So-
for the air conditioning. It was quite nice.
Yeah.
I miss it
I
right
am
now.
so sorry. My swamp
No,
cooler broke
No,
today.
his car has no air conditioning.
Oh,
Yeah.
his cars.
I drive an old 1988 Acura. It's fun. I love it, but
sounds
no air
awful.
conditioning.
Um,
It's a fun car, but not right now.
So yeah, so point is, it's just a interview to see if you want to continue to work with
Okay.
places that have air conditioning. So really want to work with me because
Oh, do I?
I'll have
You have air
more air
conditioning.
conditioning.
Yeah, no air conditioning here. But in your, can I work specifically in your van?
Yeah, we
Is
can
this
go-
like a remote
We can go
position?
van life remote. We can go walk
Van
in
life?
Starbucks.
Cool.
But yeah, but we're
Can
just
we
gonna,
adopt a child?
I mean,
What?
it depends.
I feel like if you live
Why
the van
would you
life, you
want-
have to adopt a child.
I don't
Or
yes.
have a child, but I don't think we can make a kid at this stage.
I mean, so far I don't like the direction you've gone because we don't need.
Are we
the
not going
kids.
to vlog?
We don't need the kids yet.
Okay.
But
Sorry, I thought we were going to
but
build
I
a
will
life.
say the thing that is going for you right now is you've already realized that part of this job is attacking Drew's outfits.
Okay,
and
well, that's
that
good.
is, and
I'm glad I'm a culture fit so far.
So far,
that is an
Anyway, you guys can
important part.
continue your conversation about
No,
dollar
no,
store
no,
pills.
we're
I'm not
starting
trying
right
to.
now.
Okay.
no, sometimes
And-
when
sorry.
I'm sitting next to Drew, I realize he has to get all this out to me because he
Okay.
really isn't able
Well,
to.
you can still get it out. I don't want you to
because he's not
leave
able
stuff
because he's not
in.
able to express himself any other time of in his day. So
That's
yeah,
understandable.
yeah.
and so he has to turn to me as his only lifeline. And then at some point I realized that we haven't talked to the guest for 20 minutes.
Yeah,
And then-
that was fun. 16 and 20.
There
That's,
we
that's
go.
how much time
Well,
we've been
yeah.
doing this.
So-
If we cut out the racial slurs, probably only 10.
What is up with racial slurs?
I don't know.
Church ball and now,
There's a lot of
Church
you
ball
are
racial
bringing up a
slurs.
lot of racial
dude, as
slurs.
much
Yeah.
as like I do like.
I
a good
just-
ra-
here's the thing.
I like a perfectly
Here's-
timed racial slur.
Okay,
Mhm.
so here's the thing. When I'm coming into a person's home, which we're doing this in your home, I like to make them feel comfortable. And every time I look at you, I think this man loves some racial slurs.
He's not wrong.
Yeah,
See?
He's not
You're
wrong.
not
about
wrong.
that.
And
but-
I listened to the Chuck Fury
but
episode.
I
That
so I'm
was
like,
also
all
very
right.
Chuck.
and it was
That is
also
very Chuck.
Also, I think every slur came from Chuck.
That's valid.
It did. Like,
But
it
I
was
heard you
pretty
giggle.
immediately.
I heard you giggle with like a childlike wonder.
Oh, of course. I mean,
You're like,
No, it's
You know?
especially coming from Chuck. It's
yeah, it
very
is quite
fun.
nice.
well, it's
It
a
rolls
laugh,
off the tongue.
it's
for
a
him,
it's
not
a
me.
laugh as well that is saying that's hilarious because we have to cut all this out now.
Yeah, there's
And-
another part, even though I didn't with Chuck. But
Oh, it's all in
How much
Yeah.
of that episode did you cut
because I
out?
felt everything he said in.
I cut a few things out.
I was like, "There's no way you left it all in."
Yeah, there are a few things I cut out.
Okay.
Yeah. Also,
Okay.
Chuck complained about me cutting out the part where he pulled out his scrotum.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Well,
Not only
Dude.
he commented on the YouTube video of the episode and said you ruined it.
yeah, I like that. That is fun and cute.
That was fun. I liked that.
It is. He's it's a fun guy because I don't know anyone else that I have had those interactions with.
You know, him
You
and
know?
I did a very popular show at the Fringe Festival called Three Frickin' Guys, which you guys have talked very highly about, which I appreciate.
It's a cool show.
It was a great
Yeah.
show. And yeah, we did that show
Chuck
together. Where
Fury,
it was
EK.
and me, which I feel like that's a pretty fun lineup. That's a lineup that you want to get some popcorn for because I was, I think, 22, 21 at that point. And Chuck was, I think, in his 50s, and EK was probably in his 60s. And EK was like, this is the generational span of comedy. And I was like, yeah, no, sure. We don't need a 30-year-old. We don't need a 40-year-old. We don't need a 45.
They're
We just
covering
need the youngest and the oldest. And interesting time. But I appreciate you guys speaking so highly of it throughout
Yeah.
the mics.
Well, we want to know more about.
Yeah.
this
Well,
show.
how did
Yeah.
you guys come up with the name Three
I did
Frickin'
not.
Guys?
I did not come up with it at all. So what happened was EK called me one time, and he was trying to work some, jokes by me, and I didn't understand a single word he was saying. But he was like, "Do you want to do the Fringe Festival?" And I thought we were talking about the Edinburgh Fringe Festival that's in Ireland.
There's just
And I was like,
wait,
the
wait,
hell?
wait.
Like that
Hold-
sounds incredible.
Hold
And I was
on.
like, yeah, like, do you think I was just like trying to like, why is this man asking me to fly to Ireland to do a show with me,
Scotland,
Chuck,
by
and
the way.
him? Scotland. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
Same difference.
My
You shut your
bad.
fucking mouth, dude.
Wait,
Fuck
so I,
Britain. So he was like, oh no, they do a Fringe festival at the Gateway, and I lived at the Gateway at the time. I was like, okay, yeah, that sounds fun. And then he said, we're going to call it Three Frickin' Guys. And I'm like, why? He's like, because it's three frickin' guys. And I'm like,
Got
I
a point.
see
Got a point. there.
no flaws in that logic. And then we did, I think, 4 shows in 4 days to a room of probably like 20 or so people.
I can't even believe there's that
And-
many people there.
It was a surprisingly fun show. That being said, every single time, one of the comics, I don't want to like name names. Actually, I don't know if they know how to use
Isn't
the
it
podcast.
just 2 people? It could
Yeah,
be?
I feel bad because legitimately I had to follow EK after he said his N-word joke in front of at least 2 black people every single night for 4 nights straight. And it made me a better comedian and also a lot angrier at EK.
so was 3 retards taken?
It wasn't. But I knew a good friend of mine that really wanted to use that for his podcast name. But I think they ended up settling with "Let's Get Fired." So,
Oh, shots
Hey.
fired.
boom.
Well-
All right. That was fun for me.
That's a cool moment right there.
I like that. Clip that. I hated the fact that I just said "boom." I feel bad about that. I hated
think
that.
you
I
should-
hated
really
that
like
so
that.
much.
Yeah.
You should work that into
No,
your
never.
comedy
If-
sketches.
How about tonight at the open mic? You incorporate
think-
a good boom.
Yeah.
No, I'm not
think
going to do a
you're
boom. I'm not going to do a boom. Trey Lamb follows me enough, and he says that about me after my set.
Why do you don't listen to him, dude?
What? He's
Don't
funny.
listen
He's a
to
great guy.
anyone. Don't listen to anyone.
No, he's funny. Trey Lamb is a very
but
funny
guess what?
individual.
You're misunderstood right now.
I'm
Because Trey knows
misunderstood.
what works for Trey. He doesn't know you.
You know what?
You know.
That says a lot
Yeah.
about society.
When's the last time you hung out with Trey?
When was the last time you wore different pants?
Like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, you're making some good points. I think I have a total of 3 pants.
So that's an issue.
Yeah, it's fun. I just do laundry
Dude,
a lot.
those seltzer burps are gnarly.
Yeah,
Thank
they
you.
are. They really are.
Thank you.
Did I burp or did he?
I think you did, but he also has.
At this.
So
Okay.
they were close to the same time.
Okay. We also had
Yeah.
Chinese food right before this, so I'm sure you're getting a little
Also, I want to point out that before I drove here, Drew called me and he's like, it'd be super fun. Let's do a Pride themed episode because we have Spencer on and me, and we're both bi. And he's like, and maybe.
Well, I did not know.
And he's like, maybe we can totally.
Well,
and he said this, maybe we can totally do jokes, whatever, that like convinces him that the only way he'll prove that he's bi to us is if he sucks my dick. And I was like, that's how he's gonna prove
Well,
himself.
that's not what I said.
Is, yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
this makes me feel so safe.
He wants what he was saying, Spencer,
Yeah.
is he only thinks you're bi if you suck his dick. Which, Drew, what are you
Well,
trying to say?
That's not what I said.
Drew,
But
that
that
is
is-
I
almost
honestly, if we're
exactly
gonna make
what he
this
said.
a
That's
gay episode, if we're gonna make this a Pride episode, I feel like the only person that needs to come out in this room is you, Drew,
If-
and that's fine.
well, also,
honestly,
I
is.
didn't. Well, also, I
And that's
didn't-
fine. I support you in your journey.
Here's the things that are wrong here. I'm finding out right now that you're bi.
Really?
No,
Yeah,
no,
I-
no,
Didn't you
no,
call
no,
him
you're not.
before this?
No,
No,
you're
no,
not.
no. What I said was
Oh, he's
to
doing a
prove that
bit.
he is an ally.
No,
to an ally. No, you did not
that is
say
not
that.
what he said.
Dude,
that is not.
dude,
that is not what he said.
bullshit. That is
no,
what I said.
No, dude.
That's
No,
a
Yeah.
you,
1000%.
Yeah.
no.
Because I am finding out
Quinn.
that detail
No,
right
Okay.
now.
Why did and still? Why would
Oh
you
my
want
God.
him to suck your dick?
Guys, I'm not out. Like I'm not
I
out.
said
so-
ours, but
No, don't worry. We can cut a lot of this out.
No, it's
But
fine. We don't have to.
Leave it in.
I prefer you cut out
It's
the boom part because I feel bad
You're not the
about
first
that.
person on this podcast to come out as bisexual.
yeah.
Wait, who else?
Jack Cropper.
Jack. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking love Jack Cropper. That's a hot looking man.
You're not the first one, but still, the fact that you're like, I want him to suck my dick. That's how I know he's bi.
That's not what I said.
I
No,
listened to
I-
it.
no.
So
Well,
Drew.
dude, you were
Drew.
hearing what you wanted to hear.
No,
Drew, can I ask you a
Dude, that is
question?
1,000%.
No.
Yeah.
Because I said no. I was like, we do like a pride thing. We're like, dude, how are you actually an ally? Like, if you're not, we'll suck our dicks. Like that is verbatim what I just said.
Well, no, it's
Verbatim what I just said is what I said on the phone.
Drew.
So this actually happened.
Drew,
No,
Drew,
this actually happened.
conversation
Okay.
happened.
Still break
So-
down what you're saying.
Drew, can you ask?
So you want him
No, I
to
not,
suck your dick, so now you know that he supports the LGBTQ community.
Well, I was making.
we skipped a lot of levels.
Is it a joke?
Yeah,
Is it?
That wouldn't.
Is it?
Is
what
it
I
a
said.
joke?
Do you want me to give you a good old
I-
suck suck?
I
Little
don't.
gluck gluck
I
2000s?
I don't.
I don't know. How do we know he's an ally?
Yeah.
Well, I
I see no flaws in this
I was
logic.
wanting to make jokes.
Oh, sure. That's so easy.
Is this because I did the gay show?
Wait, what?
Is this because I did the gay show?
Wait, what gay show?
Oh my god. So I got
Is
I
it?
got-
Is it the? It's the.
this is the Waikiki one.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah, it was a great show. But no, I get booked to do like I think 7 minutes at Waikiki, and I was like, great. And they put out the flyer, and it says all queer.
No, it's same.
And
Same thing happened to me.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not out.
I didn't know it was an all queer show.
Neither did I.
Like,
And
they
like,
put me on it.
and here's the thing: I haven't really like come out to anyone except for like close friends, and and that's still like a question I'm continually answering. There's nuance anyway, but like 4 days before the show, the booker texts me. He's like, "Wait, you're queer, right?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm not out." And they're like, "Okay, that's fine." And I'm like, "Cool, that's fun." Anyway,
Wait, what
great
would they-
fucking
wait,
show.
What would they have said if you said no?
I think they probably would have like asked for another comic. And honestly, I was like, I tried to be as professional as I could about it. I was like, hey, I'm not out publicly, and all that stuff. So like people don't know or anything
Yeah.
like that.
And then-
I didn't say I was. I didn't say I wasn't. I was very neutral about the situation. And I said I can point out some really great queer comics that if you want someone that's a little bit more flamboyant, because
It's a supportive show because then Craig will touch you with his claw hand.
yeah. Dude, the first time I ever did that show, I go up and I did it with Adam Browd, and I had like it was like one of those like improv like hybrid shows, and it was just a straight like comedy improv.
which is always not good.
It's interesting. It is interesting.
Those two things should not go together. improv
And stand-up.
I've seen it actually. I would disagree. I've seen it done well at times.
No.
that's not
no.
real.
Hey, it's
Hey,
fine.
No.
You know Nami. You love Nami, don't you?
No, I know what you mean, but the chance of those going well is low.
I think it depends on the quality of the improvisers and the quality of the comedians.
think-
Honestly,
and now think
quality
about-
of
and
the
now-
improvisers more than the
now
comedians. Because
think
even
about-
if a comedian bombs, the improvisers, if they're good at what they do, they can still make something
And now
funny
do you
out of
see?
that.
And now do you see how what I said is even more true? You have to have great improvisers.
That's valid. It's harder in Utah to find good improvisers.
And it's
because
just
we don't have
an
the compass
improv
players.
is just a different animal. But
It is a completely different animal.
anyways,
But no, Nami Eskandarian. You know Nami Eskandarian. I don't know if you do, but
No.
Nami's genuinely one of the funniest people I know. But he has an improv troupe, and me and Sam D'Antuono did like a hybrid improv show. There's a lot of hybrid improv shows nowadays, hybrid stand-up improv. Anyway, and it was a blast. Like genuinely fun crowd, genuinely fun people, and the improv was actually pretty solid.
there we go.
Yeah. It was Star Wars themed, except no one did a Star Wars joke,
Mhm.
and the improvisers had no idea what Star Wars was, which
Yeah.
seemed odd, but it was fun.
It's
May 4th, let's go.
Are you into like history at all?
A decent amount, but not like I don't know dates and shit.
No, like World War II at all.
yeah, I know a decent amount about it.
It's crazy because I get more into it.
Today's D-Day.
Yeah, today's D-Day.
Love it.
And
Pour one out for the homies.
and like the main thing, it's just crazy to look at like the old like Axis powers and like
Yeah.
what's going on with Italy and all that.
Mhm.
That's what makes. But also, especially during this month, it's like even more exciting to see the Allies, see what they were doing, and so
Yeah.
to further that, do you think you're would have been an Axis power or an ally in World War II?
It depends on what country I was born in, but if I would stay in the country that I'm in currently,
Mm-hmm.
I probably would have been in the Allies.
Okay.
But
Well, I don't
half of
know.
my
I just
family's-
like I don't. Sometimes when I look at you, you just look a little ambiguous.
Thank
so
you.
to know
I
that,
appreciate that.
for sure, do you think you could suck Drew's dick so we know you're an ally?
I think what we really need to talk about is we need to tackle Drew's sexuality real quick.
I haven't really wanted to.
Well,
I could tell.
well, the whole thing.
Here's the thing. I listened to a lot of this podcast before because Drew asked me to do it just so we could get an extra listener, which I understand. So and he was like, most of the things that they talked about where you got really uncomfortable is when someone questioned your sexuality.
Well,
and
it-
usually when that happens,
Yep.
there's something there.
Exactly.
There's something
No,
there, and that's
exactly.
okay.
I will say,
Can I ask you this question? When is the last time you felt the embrace of a man? Like a passionate, just loving.
It's like, hey, love you, man. Here's a hug.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a great clip. No, I want to. I'm real. I'm giving real answers.
Okay.
That's good.
Appreciate
Yeah.
that.
I feel like I gave you a hug recently.
Anyway, we'll be right back
Well, are
with
we
a word from
talking
our
like
sponsors.
a bro hug, or is like, hey, dude, I love you, and like
Yeah.
giving a
Well,
hug?
Actually, do you
honest-
tell your
Like, 'cause
bros that you love them?
I've bro hugged, like you know,
Yeah.
you do the pat on the back.
But
But do you hold it ever?
No,
No.
no hold?
no,
Oh.
Did your dad?
No, and
did your
it's-
dad
when-
ever hug you growing up?
no,
Have,
No,
Have
here-
you ever
the
like
thing-
told a homie that like, hey man,
dude.
love you?
I've said this. I haven't said this on stage, but when I left to go on my mission, my dad hugged me, and it was the first time ever.
Really?
And he also had a tear coming down, and I'd never seen him cry. And I went through TSA incredibly uncomfortable, like because I could not get that image out of my head, and it was like disgust. Like,
really?
No, dude.
Oh, no.
Dude, it's so
Okay.
it is so funny.
That is sad.
Because
no,
I no, it is because it's like in the end sad because
Yeah,
because
very sad.
because you're so used to your dad not showing any emotion. The moment he did, you're like, "This fucking bitch." I'm a warrior going out in Central
I'm gonna
America.
go colonize Central
Yeah,
America.
I'm gonna go down
talk
there
to him
as-
about Jesus,
as a-
bro.
and you show them what
Get some sales.
the power of white people and be like, "Hey, look, you guys doing it all wrong. What you should be doing is living in Spokane, Washington,
that is
living the
move.
dream. We're all happy up there." But it's okay. I get
So-
it. It's not like my dad cried a lot,
Yeah.
and I don't think that. But honestly, I don't think I don't think that's a good thing. You have to show a little bit. It's not like they have to be fucking sobbing all the time, but
Yeah.
for you to see your dad crying to say goodbye to you, and you were moving through the TSA like
Oh, I did not like
you're gonna
that.
throw
I did
up.
not like that.
what the fuck, Dad?
No.
Do you
But
tell
I
your
will-
homies
here's-
that you love them?
Yeah.
Like, hey man, love you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Do you like stare into the eyes for?
I don't know if you have to.
No, like,
you don't have
oh,
to stare him in the eye, but
like,
I
over-
think
no,
it's
like,
important sometimes.
Like,
Yeah,
Not
over-
every day,
yeah.
but sometimes.
well, no. But that's not even like a uniquely like men thing. That's
Yeah.
like humans in general. like,
which
I-
part?
With what?
Oh, like looking someone in the eyes and saying I love you. Like that's
I mean, I think it's not that. Are you saying it's uncommon?
It's a great way to start a new
it's very
job.
uncomfortable around
I-
the only person in the world who I feel comfortable doing that with is my wife. And before I met her, yeah.
Well, did
Okay.
you? What about this? Did you have a lot of close friends growing up?
In high school, yeah.
Yeah?
And
Was it like
I
through
had-
sports or like?
No, like my best friend from high school, he went to another high school.
of
but,
course,
Like
Yeah,
we
just like your girlfriend.
yeah. No, but like we grew up together. Like
Yeah, yeah.
our moms were best friends.
uh,
So
okay,
that's how
yeah.
we knew each
I had
other.
one of those.
And so then like we were raised together and we were always like
Shout out to Jake
I
Ford.
played receiver at my school. He played quarterback at his school. So we'd go in the backyard and like run routes for hours. That was like
dude. I'll be honest right now. Like I feel like I didn't say it enough growing up with my friends, because also it's not something I heard a lot at home. Like my
Yeah.
mom would say it, my dad wouldn't say it, and also until looking back though, like I remember there's times where I struggled to be like, oh I love you, like even to like my parents,
yeah.
to like my parents, to like
Yeah.
to my wife, and then
well, and
Your
then
wife?
my
Oh, boy. Okay.
which
Yeah,
I,
no, it's understandable.
but just because I was just more uncomfortable.
well
also
showing
like
like
my-
my
I mean, love is vulnerable.
I didn't want to be. Yeah, I didn't want to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
And so, but looking back on
Don't
it, it's
hurt
like
me.
it's. I feel like it's so
Well,
much better to be like,
yeah.
love you, man.
Also like so
Yeah.
my mom was like close to her dad and not her
Mhm.
mom. Well, she was close to her mom too,
Yeah.
but like a lot closer to her dad. And so she adopted a lot of his characteristics, a guy from the Great Depression.
Hell yeah.
And so my mom
Love it.
also
I'm
is
loving it.
like doesn't hug or say
Eat some nails.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
And so yeah,
Save
no,
the
there
Tupperware.
like no one in my family hugs each other. That
I mean,
Okay, so here's the thing. We started this whole
my sister
conversation.
came here 2 weeks ago to visit.
Yeah. Did you like give
And
him a
did you hug
firm
her once?
handshake and say, "Please vote for me"?
My wife when
Bro, that had
I-
some decibels. Dude.
I meet up with my wife and my sister, and
Yeah.
my wife is like, "Give your sister a hug." Like,
yeah.
I mean, at least, the very least, you should just hug your sister goodbye.
yeah,
yeah.
You
well,
know,
and
if
I
they're
did
leaving,
that, and it wasn't
when
like
you see them, and when they leave,
it wasn't like
you-
I
at the very
it wasn't
least.
like I felt a desire to do it.
You
But
still- you don't always have to feel that way.
But in my head, I was like, "Oh, this is the socially correct thing
Yeah.
to do in this moment."
Oh,
and that
I mean,
wait, how do you show love to your sister?
or in, in
not
general,
that way. Yeah,
Oh.
in general, that's a
What's
better
the
question.
main way? Like
Sister
for-
sounds a
well, the
little
main-
Alabama-y.
this is getting very heavy. I don't.
I
yeah,
like it.
I don't
It
like
goes-
this.
Guess what? It's
Hi.
way more exciting.
It's great.
This
I
is
love
way
this.
more exciting.
This is,
Who
I
fucking
wanted to
cares
take
where
it
you
here.
worked? I don't give
Yeah,
a shit
honestly.
about where you work. It's probably AutoZone, and then I got fired from that because I'm autistic. I
No,
don't care about
hey,
that.
you should know autistic people are great with numbers and parts. Talk to Andres Herrera about that. He'll tell you.
Andreas can shut the fuck up, okay? Because he
Hey,
eats
he
one
had a
meal
great
day,
episode.
and
Also, I don't.
he had a great
he-
episode because I made it good.
Yeah. Also,
The ego comes
I don't
out.
Believe,
No,
Look at
that's
you.
That's just me being honest.
I would say a thing.
I love
I don't
that
believe he has
episode.
autism. I think.
Okay.
I see-
Is there a captcha test I could pass
I mean,
for
maybe
autism?
you have a hint of it, but
a hint.
yeah, but like there's a.
I'm the
there's a-
LaCroix
there's a
of
lot
autism?
autism,
I'll
stolen valor.
I'll calm this down. I'll calm this down, Spencer.
I'm not mad.
The only reason he's saying that is because out of everyone here, Drew seems the most like he has autism.
Do you feel bad because you're usually the most autistic
well,
person
no,
in the world?
I don't. So my brother actually
Is that how
has
you got into-
autism? But
Yeah.
it, it was a little more extreme.
Yeah.
and so
Yeah,
when
here's
I
the thing
see
about autism
people-
is that, hey,
people are like, "Oh,
hey,
I
it's a
am
spectrum.
sometimes uncomfortable in social situations. I have autism." I'm like, no, we're all uncomfortable.
okay, do you have a panic attack when you wear shorts?
No,
Okay, cool. You're
But
not
I
autistic.
don't-
Yeah.
I mean,
look
I
at
think
that.
that
Look at that.
not-
Is there a
Honestly,
capture
but
test for
look-
autism?
No, but looking at your outfit, you should have a panic attack. The idea that you put this on,
Hey,
and feel
man,
confident
the
about
old-
that should
this-
lead you to a panic attack.
Me or him?
No, me.
He's wearing shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should have.
Shorts.
Look
I
at
don't think I don't wish a panic attack on you. That being said, one thing I do wish for
It
you
wa- it's-
is a good, warm embrace from someone that you love that's not just your wife.
Oh.
That
I'm not saying that you should
is
open up the
actually-
marriage.
That is real.
I'm saying that,
is
you
real.
deserve love. You deserve to feel safe and seen.
He's being very accurate. That's
Yeah,
exactly
no,
what you do need that.
Someday
Yeah.
we'll have kids, and then I'll.
No,
hug
no.
them.
Here's
Oh,
the
hey,
thing.
Drew,
There
think
is
about where
8
you
billion
are.
people
Oh
on this
my
earth.
God.
Some of them have hygiene. All right, hug those people.
Also,
It's
Drew,
not a hygiene thing. I'm not like.
Drew, you're looking,
that's a
you're
thing for
looking at
me.
your outfit right now. You're thinking about the way you're living your life right now, and you think, you know what? If that the only, you know how I'll get to love. I'll just have a kid, and it'll solve all this, and all of a sudden I'll be loving and helpful, dude. It's like some of the shit you want to tackle before
Well, I
throwing a
hug my-
child into this.
I
who
hug
then
my
you can-
dog.
who then you can fuck
I
up.
hug my dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, no, you hold your dog.
Well,
It's so small.
Dude.
I could pick it up with a finger.
I'll put his paws on my shoulder and I'll just hold him. And
Also, dude,
Yeah, you're holding
also,
him.
dude, it doesn't have to.
And you also could kill him.
It doesn't have to start with you
So it's a
just
power
saying,
thing,
just
too.
saying I love you all the time. It can start with just being like, hey man, like great seeing you. Always
I
love
don't-
seeing you.
Yeah.
no,
it-
and
it
that's
can-
You
the
can
thing.
also say, I
That's the
appreciate
thing.
you.
I'm not. Yeah,
Because there's
I
there's
just-
a there's a hardness around your
no,
heart.
and this
Yeah.
is my wife has a problem with
Hey,
this.
Drew.
Um,
Hey, Drew. Hi. Hey, Drew. I love you.
Nice.
I love you.
Nice.
I love you.
Hug him right now.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Cock him right now?
I said hug him right now.
Oh, okay. That was two
It's okay.
very
No,
different
no,
things.
we'll get there. We'll get
I'm
there.
let's not do
But what
that.
is your wife?
Yeah, no, I don't-
what are you
no,
saying-
no,
what-
no,
What were you saying before that your wife doesn't like?
Oh, she thinks that I am keeping stuff in.
You are.
Absolutely.
You know, I know that because I am. And if
so am I.
I definitely know you are.
Yeah.
And look at the way I'm dressed, and I am keeping shit in.
Yeah.
Like it's just like it's a tough thing because like we're all about the same age, and there's a lot of shit that happened as growing up that like made me feel like expressing myself actually hurts me. It isn't fun. And then the older I've got, then it starts to flip on its head where you're like when I express myself less, that makes me feel worse.
Yeah.
And
Gotta get it out. It's
That's
like a phone.
kind of the mind fuck. It's like a paradox. Because
Yeah.
that's where I'm at now. It's like a lot of my emotional problems, and this
Can you
affects
claw me?
yeah, and this
Thank you.
affects comedy. This affects everything. It's just like, oh, when I'm like not expressing myself, I just feel so much more lost and
Yep.
like and just like
Searching
weird
for meaning.
and don't feel like I'm like
Yeah, but I'm not searching for meaning. I feel
you
fine.
you
You're
oh you
working
don't feel
out every
fine.
day.
You don't feel
And
fine,
you're
dude.
Taking you're taking
There's only
dollar
one
store
way-
sleeping pills
There's only
to
one,
sleep.
there's only
You're
one
searching for something.
Dude, there's
all
only-
right?
there's
And
only-
it's okay.
There's only one way I'd believe you felt fine right now, and that would be if the Zags had won the national championship.
Yeah.
Then
the
you
thing.
would be feeling fine.
I,
You know what?
dude, this is insane. All right, I'll tell you. I'm going to be vulnerable with you guys for a second.
Thank you.
Okay.
I feel
I have
lucky.
driven in my truck, right?
Uh-huh.
And imagining the idea of them winning the national championship almost makes me want to cry.
I know.
Oh, yeah. It's
You should do it in
Like,
front of your father.
I told Amanda that if they make it to the title game this year and it looks like they're about to win, I'm going to have to go to a different room.
I know,
'Cause-
dude. Because
the
it's like,
Zags? Who
I
are
think-
the Zags?
it's Gonzaga. It's,
Oh, Gonzaga.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, no, I
basketball.
understand. I just didn't know
it's
their
dude.
surname.
Well,
It's my
course-
favorite sports team.
No, you're just
Okay.
following. You're following
Catholic, huh?
the typical dude route. I get it because sports are safe. They're fun. They bring you a lot of joy and pain. But when like your team starts to really start to win, it's like all the green lights emotionally start to turn on. Where you're
Ooh,
finally
yeah.
letting yourself feel everything.
You're
You're
projecting.
like, oh my God, we won another game of the playoffs.
Yeah.
And it's like you're just finally giving in to like your emotions and like feeling good, which also then leads to feeling bad. But but like usually. But
Oh, yeah, dude.
like, I
When the-
think that's why
When
dudes
the Seahawks won the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
I was in Guatemala,
yeah.
right? And I was knocking doors, and we knocked on someone's door, and they were watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, do you want to come in?" And they like let us in, and I'm just like watching, and they're up like 35-0, and I'm like, holy shit, they just won. And then I leave that person's house, right? And I'm just walking down the street, and my companion was like, dude, what's wrong with you? And I'm just like staring at the stars. And I'm just like,
Bro,
they did it.
that sounds like a
They did it.
perfect.
Yeah.
That sounds like a perfect
we
fireside
start
talk.
walking back towards
I'm
our
gonna say that one
house,
more time
and I
'cause they
just
didn't hear.
screamed as loud as I could.
Oh my! Guess what? You should say that in a talk or a fireside talk. You would probably get 5 people to spend their missions.
No,
'Cause that way, finally, the Jazz could win an NBA Finals.
That's I don't know if that's gonna happen. But
Hey, if enough people go on a mission, it'll happen. Trust me.
no, but
God's
like,
team.
but see, it's like moments like that. Though, like think about like in the
Yeah.
moment, like how you felt there. We just feel like free,
Oh yeah,
you know.
it
You
felt
just
so
feel
good.
like it's like
well, something happy has to happen for me to feel that.
no, well, exactly. But
Well,
what, I think what I've realized
Isn't existing happy?
Yeah, I love being here.
What? Exactly. So that's worth it enough. I'm aware
Well,
how sappy that
well,
sounds.
and it's like, well, yeah, that's for
That sound
me.
like Ram
It's a-
Dass.
It's a similar thing where it's like these big moments happen, and I love it. But then I realize like when I feel that way and have such a good time, I'm like, why can't I feel like this more in my normal life? Not that I need like everything to
Just
be
need more Molly.
like fireworks and champagne, and Molly is great.
Molly's
but even
great.
then, it's like Molly, because I've done Molly a bunch, and
Never.
the difference between like when I'm not feeling in as good of a mental health space and when I'm in a good mental health space, Molly's way better when I'm in a good mental health space.
Yeah.
And it's
Sounds
just
valid.
even Molly, it's like it just takes where you're at and say we'll elevate that.
Mhm.
But like, yeah, so like with like it's that for me in my whole thing, I'm like I'm just tired of kind of not living my life like in a better way where I'm like just enjoying shit.
No,
more.
you're right.
know?
I'm seeing a therapist.
Really?
Actually
That's
see a
awesome.
therapist?
Yeah.
That is so cool.
So
That is awesome.
Once a week?
I've seen him twice. No,
Better
like
help.
once every 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay.
Okay.
If
That's
you're
enough.
going at least like if you're going like once every other week, that's good.
Yeah. no,
I
and
do
so
one
I'm-
session for 2 hours a month.
I've done.
It's great.
I've done 2 or 3 visits now, so I'm almost fixed.
Yeah.
I know he's saying that as a joke, dude. But,
But
That's not
no, it
mental
it
health
is a
is not a
problem.
joke.
Like my wife will be like,
get help.
"Can we have a real conversation?" And then I'm just like, eh.
don't worry, dude.
Come.
I get in the same boat where you're just like, what do I need to say to get out of this? Yeah. I want to go back to looking at TikTok. But then there's a certain amount of time that passes where I'm like, I feel like I'm just doing the same shit every day.
well, and that's the thing.
It's
I
a
don't
numbing. You
I
numb
don't
yourself.
scroll on social media. I don't like. I'm posting shit, but like YouTube, that's my vice. I watch like
YouTube's
long-
great.
But
I just watched a YouTube documentary today about the 2010 to 2013 Seahawks.
dude. But,
Did you
but-
see the Disneyland Star Wars hotel video?
Oh,
It's like 4 hours long. This
No.
girl went to it and does like a deep dive on the like
aware
anything
of this?
possible
yeah, I've seen it.
about
It's- I
the
haven't-
Star Wars hotel.
It's supposed to be pretty bad.
Yeah,
but
it was pretty
well,
rough.
the main thing is
Pretty rough.
it's the price that costs to get in there.
Yeah, it was like
Oh,
$4,000
yeah,
for like an
I was gonna say, it
okay
has to
suite.
be
No, it's
insane.
insane.
But,
yeah, it's for wealthy people, and it just
No, but dude,
yeah.
going back to you
Crazy
saying
video.
that YouTube's your vice, like
Sorry.
there's a lot of shit on YouTube that's great and super fun.
Oh yeah,
And it doesn't have to be like a vice, but like just because you're like watching something that you enjoy, that's not a vice.
well,
Obviously,
yeah,
if
yeah.
it's all you're doing as a problem.
no, and
Yeah.
I
But
think
like, dude, if
that's
it's like
why I'm not playing video games. Not that I was playing a lot. I
So-
was playing. I was maybe playing 3
but,
games
like
of FIFA
sometimes
a
the
week.
way you're describing your life right now, it does seem like it's devoid of like any enjoyment.
Oh well, that's because I'm
Do you
poor.
No,
poor
that's not the
people have
case.
fun.
That's not the
More
case.
people have fun,
Yeah.
especially
Well,
in today. Like,
Do you
with
think
today's
that you
era.
don't deserve fun because you're poor?
Well, to usually do something fun, I have to spend money, right?
No, not entirely.
No, do you have
Well,
YouTube?
hiking-
You have YouTube.
Yeah.
You have tons.
Yeah.
And you also have a woman downstairs
have
that
to-
loves you with a dog that loves you. You can spend time with her.
Dude,
That's fun.
Well, and I
Marriage
do
is
that.
fun.
I
You
do
don't-
that.
You don't have to like.
Also, yeah,
that is
I will-
actually
I will-
insane. The only way you can have fun is if you're spending money.
Well, I mean, This is a problem.
That is what you
This
said.
a problem.
Yeah.
That is what you said earlier.
And honestly,
so it's
dude, going to an
Have
open
fun.
mic.
If Amanda and I are gonna go ice skating, we gotta spend money to go ice skating.
Why don't you guys just go on a walk and look
Or-
around at
or like,
flowers?
dude,
There's flowers around
you
here.
have-
Dude, that sounds so terrible.
Why?
I know you didn't want to say terrible there. What's the word you wanted to say?
Enjoyable.
What's the word you wanted to
Dude,
say?
Fruitful?
I didn't say it. I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you gonna say gay?
I wasn't gonna say.
You were gonna say, oh, okay.
Sure, dude.
So now we're
Yeah,
gonna
dude.
bring it back.
No,
we're
dude,
gonna
it's-
bring it
dude,
back.
Dude, it's Florida in this house. We don't say gay.
Ayo.
Hey
That
yo.
was funny.
DeSantis,
Yeah.
who
Clip that.
unironically does look gay.
Oh, did you read Roy Wood Jr.? I mean, did you watch Roy Wood Jr.'s White House Correspondence speech last year?
No.
Dude, genuinely hilarious. But one
No, I
of the
believe
jokes that he wrote was, if you're HIV positive in Florida, it's no longer called HIV positive. It's called Disney Plus, and
There you
that
go.
killed me.
That's
It was
pretty
great. It's a great
Good
joke.
joke.
Solid joke.
good.
Roy Wood Jr. Look him up. It's okay.
Don't be afraid when you find out he's black,
That's why I said it's okay.
Drew. Anyways, so
So I think the way
There's a
that this
lot of-
podcast needs to end, I'm not saying we should end it now because we haven't even talked about me at all.
no, we don't.
But-
we don't need to. Once
Oh,
again,
I'm aware. I'm
here's
aware.
one thing you didn't. I don't know if you understood about this podcast. It's
Yeah.
a job interview.
Okay.
It's so much that's just based off vibes. We're just
This is
listening to
good
you,
vibes. Yeah.
hearing how you talk,
Yeah.
how you interact. And right now, this seems like an exact kind of thing that we'd need in the office.
Yeah.
We'll continue. But just
Let's
so you
let's
know-
talk about the benefits package later. What I'm saying is when we end this podcast, it should end with us three hugging in frame, just so you can feel safe.
No, we,
Yeah.
Oh, I
no.
saw that. I apologize. I should have asked to touch you.
We're good.
Consent
We're
is
good.
important, people.
So
I feel like your listeners need to hear that.
do you like what's the last time you cried?
That wasn't sports related.
No.
Yeah?
I'll
Okay,
count it. I'll
okay.
count it because the
Never
Zags
mind.
haven't done
Yeah,
a lot.
They haven't won
We'll count
it.
it,
So
'cause, like,
I mean, they
because-
have done a lot. 9 straight
No,
Sweet 16s is a lot.
They're blue
but
bloods.
Sweet 16s. What's
Yeah.
that?
They're blue.
What's that?
This is also
Dude,
how
shut the fuck
this
up,
is,
dude.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Also, I know that there's some people have been questioning if you're bi. The fact that you don't know what the Sweet 16 is definitely
I like.
I
how
just-
he's
I just-
thinking through life. He was like, dude, nobody knows.
no one knows.
The NBA playoffs right now. What?
But I was
yeah,
like,
no,
I
that's
didn't-
valid. That's
Before
really
we
valid.
started this podcast, I just
Are we
didn't
getting
know the
into-
finals were happening.
I had no idea. No idea.
Also,
I actually
We don't
felt
check the score
bad
yet. We're
because
checking
I
the
was
score after.
I was
Okay, we'll check the
roasting this
score.
lady at this open mic once that she was watching the Denver Nuggets game because like who the fuck watches that? Turns out it was the playoffs, and that's my bad.
I do like to who the fuck watches?
also,
Denver?
what was
Also, who-
your clever roast? I want to hear.
Yeah.
what
I
this
don't
roast
even
was.
remember what it
'Cause
was.
you were
I
making it sound
don't
like
remember.
I was dropping
Yeah.
nukes on
'Cause-
her.
No, I didn't say.
also-
Did I say dropping nukes?
Because also, I want to point out.
I
some
said I
stuff.
was roasting
I want
her.
to point out some stuff. There's three points.
Yeah,
Who the fuck watches the Denver Nuggets? Nuggets fans. And then
That's valid. I just didn't know of any Nuggets fans.
No, wait.
okay. I'm
Second point.
Okay.
The best player in the NBA plays for the Nuggets.
Here's the thing. I had no idea about that. The only thing I know about that player is that he hates his job. And he just wants to be at home with his wife and horses. Yeah, no, he seems like a cool guy.
The third point to watch the Nuggets this year is they won the finals last year.
Here's the thing.
So like, there's a
Did
lot
I know
of
that?
actually a
No,
Yeah,
sorry.
well, I know,
Last
I know.
year was a
I do,
rough year.
But I like the fact that you're like, where the fuck would you watch the Denver Nuggets?
why-
To
why-
this
That's
girl,
why
and
when you
don't-
roast
and you don't-
something-
and you don't watch any sports, you're just
I don't.
projecting onto her.
I am.
Why the
Yeah,
fuck would
absolutely.
you watch this team? And then
Yeah.
she's like, all because
You know why?
Great.
You know why I was projecting on her?
Why?
Because Drew hasn't gotten a genuine hug in quite some time.
It is true, but
That's-
also that I feel like you haven't either.
Yeah.
No, I hugged
was
someone
last year a
yesterday.
Rough year.
Yeah, no, genuinely.
Why was last year a rough year?
Yeah, I want to hear about that.
Oh, I had a breakup with a woman, and that was just a rough time. We were
How
together
long
for
were
a
you
long
together?
time, about 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, we lived
That's-
together, had a dog, the whole 9 yards.
Who
It was
kept
quite
the
nice.
dog?
Neither of us. I did for a bit, and then I
Where
couldn't
did-
take care of it anymore.
All right.
Wait, you didn't give it to her.
I did not. Well, she didn't want anything to do with the dog.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
about as the worst possible option.
Yeah. No. So,
Yeah.
but it's with a family friend now, and it's a genuinely happy dog. I visit it every 2 weeks, and I love that dog. It's still in
we
my
didn't
life.
love it enough to keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's valid. Unfortunately, capitalism need a job, and I can't take care of a German Shepherd when I'm working 8 hours a day and it's staying home alone. It's just not fair to it.
But actually,
No,
wait. The last part is true.
Yeah.
The last part is true.
Also,
Yeah.
I
no, it was very hard to do, but in the end I'm glad I did it.
Okay. No, actually, no. No, it's actually good reasons.
also capitalism need a job. Like, do they not have jobs in Sweden? Like this.
Well, there's a
I hear
work-life
people say that,
balance.
like, that is
there's a
the most-
work-life balance in Sweden at
oh, sure,
least.
but you still have to have a job.
You
Yeah.
do
Like,
still have to
that's
have a job, but
The
I like
fucking
it's
most insane
No, you
thing
do-
I've
you do-
heard.
no.
Like,
Also, I mean,
capitalism
I mean,
need a job.
also, I will say
Yeah.
too. I mean, just like take like the idea of capitalism out of it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Work,
that's
like
valid.
when think about it. Oh, and you have like if you've ever had like 3 or 4 days in a row where you're not working and you don't really do anything, by the 3rd or 4th day, you're like, I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely,
Like,
absolutely.
Like,
Yeah, purpose is important, and a job
Oh,
provides
dude,
that.
this podcast
Jobs aren't bad necessarily.
has gotten so much better since I started working this trucking job because
you need.
I'm
something.
actually
'Cause you give a
now
shit.
actively putting shit out.
Yeah, but
Proud of you.
we were something we were talking about.
Proud
before this,
of
and
you.
I feel like it had to do with Drew, and I
Yes.
think really what it was the last time you cried.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Anytime.
Nah, I can't talk about that.
It doesn't. If it's a little too personal, that's okay.
I'm
Because-
kind
No, you can,
Here,
you can
I'll-
say-
Dude,
you can
I
say-
talked about
No, you could say how many months ago. You don't have to say exactly
Okay,
what
yeah.
it is. If it's too personal, you don't have to say it. But
Okay.
you can say how many months ago it was.
October of 2023.
Okay, so that's
Good
not
amount of
bad.
time. Good amount of time.
no, but that's what is that? 6 to 9 months.
Yeah, that's a good amount of time. Yeah, a little.
It's I mean,
Here's
yeah.
the thing: crying is a release. It's okay to cry. If you cry, there's such a thing as
Well, and
crying too much.
I do feel
I
like
do because I will say, especially when I'm not in a better mental health space, I can find myself trying to resist crying,
Yeah.
or I just feel more numb.
Yeah.
But-
oh well, and that was the thing. Like I was always told like don't cry. Like dude, I remember in like even like just not my parents like
Society.
in middle school.
Yep.
I was on the track team and someone threw a discus out like where all the middle schoolers were stretching and a high schooler threw a discus out and it hit me in the head
Mhm.
and fucked me up. And then the coach is like, your mom's come in. We called her like because I had a goose egg on my head.
Yeah.
They thought they were gonna have to take me to the
The
hospital.
discus is like the heavy.
yeah, it's
Yeah, that's
super
the-
heavy metal
yeah.
disc.
Yeah.
And all I could hear was like there was a baseball field next to the track, and you could hear them doing like batting practice, and you know like that distinct sound of like the
Clink.
aluminum bats.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought someone hit me in the head with a bat.
Oh my
That's
God.
what I thought happened.
Yeah.
Because I was on the
Oh,
ground
shit.
stretching, looking this way, and the disc hit me in the back of the head. And then my track coach like, your mom's coming. When you see her, don't cry.
Dude, he's just trying to save his fucking job.
He's trying to avoid a
Fuck that
lawsuit.
guy.
Dude, I didn't even think it crossed my mind to not cry. And then as soon as I saw my mom, just get my head.
Oh, yeah.
I can't-
Oh,
Dude,
no.
it's so crazy when that because it's crazy that you're like, yeah, I'm okay, and then you see like your mom or somebody, you're like,
Yeah.
God, fuck, dude.
Once
But-
you see safety.
No, so the last time you cried was like October.
Yeah.
Don't get into it. It's okay. But how about this? Like last time you ever cry watching like a movie?
Oh, dude. Well, I've only had like almost cries during movies
Yeah, you get a little choked
because
up.
I get feel
Sometimes you
choked
can
up.
fight it.
yeah.
But with
Don't
last
fight it.
time
Just let
with
it happen.
Amanda, we were watching Marley and Me.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it, bro.
Oh my
Dude,
fuck.
God.
Dude, I'm watching this, and the end, I just start laughing.
But like tears.
Oh,
are streaming
God.
down your
there's no tears.
yeah.
I'm making sure
Yeah.
that I'm
That'll
dry
happen.
because I'm not crying in front of Amanda about Marley and Me.
I
Dude,
think
you know-
Amanda would like
But,
it if
dude,
you
and
cried in front of her.
Well, Amanda would have loved it.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, she would-
So you just didn't want your wife to be
She
happy.
would have asked to suck your dick right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't
Which
need
is-
me to
which
do
is-
it.
no,
You
no,
need
but
her to
here's the
do
thing.
it.
I'm not trying to single you out as a lone
Yeah.
here because this shit happens to me all the time where
Yeah.
I can feel a tear welling up, or if I'm like talking about a song to Ellie, and then I can feel a tear welling up, and I'm like, I can't cry in front of her,
Oh,
and I'm like, why not? But
Yeah.
there's this part of me that like totally resist it.
No,
Where I'm like,
legitimately.
no, can't do it. Can't do
oh,
it.
dude.
Dude,
Yeah.
And anytime it does happen,
Yeah.
she loves it.
I've
Ellie loves
never. I don't think I've ever cried during a movie. I've had like a ton of close calls. Marley and Me was intense,
Marley
and
Me
then
got me.
for
Yeah,
2
La La
hours,
Land got me.
I just stood holding my
That's
dog's
right.
face,
La La
and I was
Land.
like, "I love you so much." Like,
Not crying though.
Yeah.
No,
Now, if I'm ever like trying to hold back tears, like my brain and soul just as a
dude,
like it
I'll get to the
legitimately, I
point-
can hear it in my head.
I'll get to the point where I just like can't really talk for a bit because I
Yeah.
know if I start to talk, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
I'm like, can't do that, can't do that.
Nope.
Which is crazy because it's like,
Yeah.
and then like whenever it does happen, where I start to cry, like I was like, I can't remember, I was on TikTok, like watching
Yeah.
videos of like I don't know, it was like some kid like getting his like being able to, like his color blindness, like they put on those colorblind glasses,
oh yeah,
and they can like see colors, and they like start to cry, and I just will start to sob,
Dude.
and like
Really?
but when I actually start,
those won't get me because
those don't get-
Yeah.
those get me. Soldiers returning home to their kids,
Yes.
like
yes.
all the classic like tearjerker stuff. Like once I actually start to cry, I'm always like, why do I resist this? It's like when you finally
It's like a
throw up
breath of
and you
fresh
finally
air.
let yourself throw up,
Yeah.
and you're like, it wasn't
So,
that bad,
it's-
and now I feel so much.
I
more.
usually only
What's
do
a
like 2 to 3
movie I
tears
should
top.
watch to try to.
Ever seen Warrior?
No.
Oh, dude, you should watch Warrior.
Oh wait, the
Warrior?
fighting movie.
Yeah, Tom Hardy.
Was it the two brothers?
Yeah.
Oh.
dude, I watched that a few months ago.
Inside
Yeah,
Llewyn
I love-
Davis.
it's
Wait,
a-
what part almost makes you cry?
dude, like the story between the brothers when he finally taps and they walk
Yeah.
out like holding. But I'll tell you a film I watched like recently. I'm trying to think of a film I watched recently that made me cry.
Honestly, Inside Llewyn Davis.
no,
Have
it's
you ever
like-
seen
it's
that
a
movie?
that didn't make me cry. I saw it in theaters.
Okay,
I might
I
have to
watched
watch-
it and I had a rough.
I might
go
have to
at
watch
things.
Marley and Me again.
No, it was I can find you some other.
Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl. That's a good one.
You
Um,
ever see? And this is actually an honest question. It's not just a joke,
Dude.
joke film. I feel it's funny to say that this would be a joke film. Have you seen Schindler's List?
I haven't.
hey,
It's sad.
Yeah.
What?
Wait,
there's just a single red coat in
this-
there,
none of
and I
this-
didn't understand the punchline.
None of
This is
this
the worst
happened.
comedy
None of
I've ever
this-
seen.
No, this is real. It's
it's a documentary, right?
yeah, it's an amazing. It's an amazing.
Liam
film.
Neeson is immortal.
I've cried watching
I remember
Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
Boy in the Striped Pajamas.
Yeah,
almost made me cry.
that's good.
But
I'm
I
glad
was
that you're not.
I was watching it in front of my family.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And I can't.
That's
be like-
understandable.
well, that's where I'm like, oh, I'm not. With my
Yeah.
family, I was like, you can't be caught, dude. If
Ooh,
you were, if you
Eternal
were caught
Sunshine
crying
of the
during-
Spotless Mind. That's a great one.
Great. I've definitely cried.
dude, if
Yeah,
you were
that's-
caught
that's a-
crying in front of my family, you would never hear the end of it.
Yeah, no, don't worry.
Sounds like your family has some shit to work
Drew,
through.
Don't worry. I got used to having to hide my emotions around my family because I thought I'd get made fun of or whatever. But like, dude, if I watch The Lord of the Rings, I cry.
Yeah,
Oh, dude.
Samwise Frodo. Just
Dude,
Yeah,
I'll
that-
carry you.
cry.
I'll carry you.
dude,
Oh, God.
Amanda had never seen. So her grandpa tried to get her to watch them as a kid,
Mhm.
but she like and most,
Witchcraft.
like,
Witchcraft.
Hey, Drew, where's your restroom? I'm gonna go.
yeah, just one door over. I don't know. Do we cut this out or do we?
Leave it in. Leave it in. Leave it in.
So Amanda never had seen it as an adult, and then we watched it, and the second movie, not the last one, because usually everyone cries at the farewell.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
second movie, and Sam like gives his speech about the overcoming all the evil in the world. I turned to Amanda, and she just all coming out.
Oh yeah. No, that'll get me too. No,
Yeah.
dude, because it's like what I like about like something from like The Lord of the Rings and a lot of movies like this is like it's like seeing these dudes going through shit and then
Oh.
and then keep going.
Oh, dude,
And
yeah.
it's like that. Like, have you ever seen 127 Hours?
No, dude, it freaks me out.
You should watch it
Because-
you it's not like it's an hour of him cutting his arm off. Like the cutting the arm off part is obviously a big scene, but it's not what the whole it's
Yeah.
a small moment. And but
So
if you want to watch a movie
I've
about
seen the first half of that movie.
it's amazing.
Yeah, I just remember like this guy's cruising through the desert. It was like he was going for a jog.
Dude, yeah, watch the whole movie. It's really good. But you know what's crazy though? because obviously there's the movies out there like Marley and Me where like you expect to cry.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
everyone cries because it's so intense and like it's a dog. But I always love like when you start to feel. I was telling Drew, I always love when you start to feel the emotional or teary eyed when you least expect it. Because I feel like Marley and Me, you expect it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
No.
it's like
Yeah,
when you're like
understandable.
listening to a song or like, dude, I've cried listening to dubstep.
Ooh. What's okay?
I've
Okay,
cried
what
listening
is
to
a
dubstep.
song?
That
Oh,
wait.
sorry. What's
I got
The
song.
artist's name is Zomboy.
okay?
And-
Actually, yeah, I've heard a few of
And
the tracks.
I'm pretty sure I cried to a song called Like a Bitch. And really, when I think about it, is because it's like it's so much emotion, there's so much energy in this song. When it builds up and it finally releases, it's like it was so fun and like it was like such like a just a release of
yeah,
energy. It was like I was just like it was like I think I just was like finally
Dude.
I just like needed that like
Yeah.
moment where you just peak and then you just like you're just having fun. And like
Yeah.
I've had a lot of moments like that where it's like you would not expect. It's not a classic cry moment.
Yeah.
Dude, I will say so.
Is there a song that makes you cry, Drew?
Yeah, that's actually what I was going to talk
Okay,
to.
perfect.
I've never cried during a movie
Okay.
because you're always with people.
Yeah.
And so I
You don't
like,
always have. You've never watched a movie alone?
well, I have, but like I've never seen a movie that's almost made me cry by myself.
I'll send you some.
But yeah,
Got a
maybe I
shit
would
ton.
cry during a movie if that happened. But-
You definitely. There are films that would definitely make you cry, but you just might have to be alone.
Dude, I think my wife would hate this because she's not a huge fan of the song, but
Don't worry.
Zach Bryan. Do you know Zach Bryan?
Yeah.
He had a song from a lover's point of view.
Mhm.
Dude, that
Oh.
song will fuck you up. Like
Yeah.
that's-
no.
Tyler Childers, he's another country artist, has some pretty good sad
dude.
cry
Dude, Tyler
songs.
Childers, that's Zach Bryan's favorite guy.
I know.
Also-
I know-
That's Zach Bryan. Yeah.
Oh, that is?
That's
Oh,
Zach
shit.
Bryan.
No.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's not
yeah.
Tyler Childers.
Oh, really?
That's Zach
Okay.
Bryan.
I'm sorry.
Dude,
I'm
also,
newer to
I
country.
love this new alternative country that's coming
No,
out.
Here's the thing. I hated country for
this
so
is
long.
what they needed.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Well, because like the normal country shit we've heard forever is so played out.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, like after 9/11, like country got really patriotic.
well, and
Then after that, it kind of got into just
well,
like,
just a
oh,
form-
we're
just a-
fishing.
was a
I hate my
formula.
wife.
It
yeah.
just was like we got trucks and all that, and I love that they sing about trucks. Like, don't get me wrong,
Trucks
but like
are
it
fun.
just was a formula. And then but anyways, this is a side note. But for me, someone who just always can get me to cry, fucking Paramore.
yeah. No, honestly,
Nice.
Paramore
No,
solid.
dude, it's just something about Haley Williams' voice.
Yeah.
It like cuts through all the fucking bullshit and like weird like emotional walls I have
Yeah.
up. I don't know what it is about her
That voice.
specifically. That
Yeah.
voice, I'm just like, God damn it. Anyways, we need to wrap up.
Oh,
Yeah.
But I know it seems
Wait, that-
like
that was
this
actually the
podcast
pod-
has been about Drew, but
the
actually
whole time it was actually secretly.
this is secretly a job interview.
I
about you.
love that was the podcast.
This is
You
actually
thought
Yeah, I
you
thought I was
you
gonna-
got him. You thought you got him.
yeah,
yeah.
I love that was the podcast. That was so fun. Look at
But
us.
how about this? I'll go first to talk about whether we want to hire you. And
Okay.
then Drew will close it out. But obviously for me, one of the heads of this company.
What
sometime-
company is this?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
We haven't defined it yet. As a head of this company, sometimes it can be a little tough trying to figure out what we need and want. And like just like running a company is exhausting. And for me, I can't do everything. And the big thing too is like trying to keep Drew happy. Cause obviously
Yeah.
you're doing your thing, I'm doing my thing.
Yeah.
And I look over at Drew and I see he's kind of a little sad. And I'm like, dude, I don't have enough bandwidth to deal with this right now. And I know if I have you here,
Yeah.
you can help deal with that.
I could.
Because certainly Jimmy Glasscock can't. So
Jimmy,
it's a big and honestly, last week Drew was saying that we might finally have someone that we won't hire on this podcast. But for me, you're one of the easiest hires we've had.
Wait, you said that about me?
I did.
You
say
said that you weren't going to hire me.
Yeah.
he thought
Why?
he wouldn't hire you.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? Why
But
is
you
that? Can
proved
we
me
talk
wrong.
about that?
Well,
I
it's 'cause-
appreciate
it's 'cause
that.
you're Jewish. That was-
Okay. Okay.
yeah. And we were like, we don't know, especially with the conflict right now.
Okay.
We're like, can we trust him to not bomb us?
Dude, honestly, the only people in this room that are bombing is our own sets. That's really the only bombs that are going to be dropping in this room.
Well,
Well, speak for yourself.
I mean, okay. Come to the mic.
Ironically,
Work it
that
out.
joke bombed.
Yeah.
But anyways,
It wasn't necessarily a bomb. It was more of just
hey,
a
how about right
State
now?
of the
How about
Union.
Right now, just don't talk. I'm vouching for you.
Okay.
You're good. I need you on this team to help corral Drew, keep him in a good mood.
You know
You're
what?
like, in tech companies, how they'll have like they'll bring
Personality hire?
they'll bring in like a guru to talk to the billionaire CEO. Who this guy actually is has no real job.
Yeah.
He just is like, the energy is right. That's what I need. And I feel like you're the dude to walk in with the tarot cards, put them in Drew's hands. He'd be like, you're actually a Capricorn Sigma Alpha. And then Drew will be like, I knew it this whole time. You're going to keep him in the good
You're
spirit.
Tommy
So
fucking Shelby.
for me, you're on board.
I'm on board. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, and this has been fun. I have actually enjoyed this episode. I
It's
feel
good.
better. I feel better.
See, that
leaving
was
this
the goal.
episode.
Hell yeah.
And because I feel like I can't not. Yeah, I mean, there were some things said in the beginning, like the 1 a.m. church ball and stuff, and I wasn't liking that.
You didn't like that at all.
But
I believe it.
yeah,
I'm
with you.
Yeah,
you didn't like my childhood.
I'm with
That's
you. No,
fine.
I was bored.
didn't
by that.
like
I was
my childhood.
I was like,
This
nope.
sucks. But now I feel so good
Okay.
that I like something. I can't put my finger on why it was good. But
Yeah.
I
Honestly, I didn't think that we had started the podcast. I just thought that we needed to talk about Drew for a bit.
I think I can put my finger on why you feel better because we're talking about emotions, your emotions. And ironically, though, because the beginning, Spencer, honestly, you weren't coming out hot. You were trying out jokes that were not good.
Well, here's the
And
thing.
then-
I didn't
I thought it
even
was gonna
know.
I thought it was gonna be
I
another
didn't
glass
know that I was a part of the
Yeah.
conversation.
No,
I was
no,
sitting
no.
here and you guys were talking about, I don't even remember because it was
don't even
boring
worry
me
about that, 'cause
so aggressively.
about that. Once
And
you-
I'm sitting
once-
here and I played rock, paper, scissors with the audience. You
Yeah.
can look back in the video
I see it.
because
And
I
that's
was
what-
so bored.
I don't fucking give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm talking about when you
No,
actually.
so
entered
here's the thing.
conversation. When you
Okay.
actually entered the conversation, but no.
When I
let me-
called
let
you
me
out.
finish, let me
Okay,
finish.
okay.
Because you're starting out with like, hey, racial shit, and we're like, yeah, it's interesting. But then
Yeah.
you switched gears into actually talking about your emotions and Drew, and then you got way more interesting and way more fun. And also, because we're shitting on Drew for him not
Yeah.
being open, and obviously it
Yeah.
reflects on us too.
You
I
know,
can see the same shit you're struggling with
Yeah.
in your questions with Drew. And then it got very interesting. And then this, honestly,
Yeah.
became one of the best podcasts we've done.
yeah.
So
I appreciate you saying that. Now, here's the thing. Usually, when I go on another person's podcast, that's usually set up in a job interview, and I do a lot of these job interview podcasts. Trust me, is they usually ask the guest a question, and that hadn't happened
Well,
until
it
like
was
about
coming.
16 minutes
hey,
in.
get over the fucking
yeah,
first
no.
16 minutes.
The thing was, the
Okay.
content was so good in the
Yeah,
first 16
we were
minutes.
carrying, we
I
were carrying it.
we didn't.
I
like,
was
You kept-
aggressively
you kept-
bored.
You kept trying to chime
You
in.
were
Yeah, I was
aggressively
trying to
bored.
become
It
part of the
we didn't like it.
conversation.
We
It
didn't
was
like
very
it.
I know you didn't because I was like, these guys
How about-
just
dude,
want to
fuck
get
this
some
guy.
stuff out.
Dude,
You know what?
fuck this
Hey,
guy.
Yeah.
Dude, you're actually ruining your
No,
chances
it's
now.
fine. I'm just here's the thing. Here's the thing.
No.
What you get from
No,
me
it's not.
when you
Yeah,
what you
no.
I vote no.
It's fine. It's
I-
fine.
No.
All
No,
the good
what I'm
feelings are
getting-
gone.
What I'm getting from this, what you're getting from me in this job is for me to be completely honest with you. And what I'm saying is when you start a podcast and you don't ask the guest a question. Now, I just felt like an observer and I was happy about that. And I was happy because honestly, I listened to the podcast. I started today, listened to a couple episodes,
Oh.
some of the heavy hitters, because you asked me to so you could get another listener, and I appreciate that. So what I did is I was just listening and I was like, wait, I'm supposed to be a part of this podcast. So then I begged the question, hey guys, isn't this supposed to be a job interview? And then we talked about Drew, and I'm so happy that we talked about Drew because the only thing I was thinking about while I was listening to your podcast was what's going on with Drew.
Okay.
The only thing that I remember from like when we first met, we were going to do the Comediathlon with Tanner Ralph. Shout out to Tanner. We were talking a little bit, and I mentioned that I like Shane Gillis, and you said, "Oh, so you are cool," and I'm like, "Oh, look at me getting some little validation as a treat." But I haven't really had much conversation with you elsewhere,
No.
unless if you're at my open mic, and we talked for a little bit. And you actually personally asked me to do this podcast, even though I know Quinn a lot like a lot more. I see him a lot more. So it was very
It was
flattering
actually
that you would
my
ask me.
idea. It was my
I know,
idea,
and I
so.
so appreciate that. I really do.
Sometimes Quinn's like, we really need this guy on Jimmy Glasscock. And
Yeah.
And out with this, I'm gonna pose this question. You guys ready for this? And I like where we're going. I'm having a lot of fun here.
Me too. Me too. Can I get
But-
another White Claw?
But do you want to keep sitting in this hot room?
I'm honestly.
or do you
out
want
of
to
here.
go to Oz's open mic?
Here's the thing. I am enjoying the moment.
I'm having
I am
I'm having
present.
a lot.
I'm present.
Camera
I'm,
right now.
I'm
Yeah.
having
This will
I'm
help
having
the
a lot of
thumbnail.
I'm having a lot of fun,
Yeah.
but I'm also
dying.
sweating through my shirt.
So we got
And-
some ice cold White Claws.
And
Put it to
no,
the
well,
forehead.
We're gonna drink
good to
them.
go.
No, we're gonna drink them.
Love
But
it to see it.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
You're on the team.
Yeah.
I'm on the team.
And how about
Perfect.
this? How about this?
Double the compensation.
No, how about this? Just come back and we'll do another episode.
Yeah.
That sounds
I
great.
just at
We
this
wanna know
point
about your
I
job
can't,
history.
I can't sit in this room anymore.
That
Yeah.
is so understandable.
Also,
I am
my
past the
swamp
point of
cooler's-
pain and
my swamp cooler's
uncomfortability
been
that I'm
fixed this
barely here.
weekend, so this will not be a
Okay,
thing.
sounds good.
We just need to get out of this
Yeah.
room.
That's
Yeah.
Let's all
understandable.
look at the camera real quick because this is what I'm going to use for the thumbnail.
Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Nice.
Love that.
All right.
That
That's
was-
fun.
Let's end it.
And,
That's fun.
And actually
Now-
real. This was one of my favorite podcasts we've done.
I can tell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This was
No, I
really good.
enjoyed this
Did Amanda
thoroughly.
ask you to
Now-
do this?
No. This is-
Oh, okay.
No, this is also.
I was like halfway through.
This was
and
a
I
me
was
thing.
like, dude, son of a bitch. Did like Amanda?
no,
reach-
this is also just like what I've been feeling recently with myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this is just on my mind.
I love this. I genuinely do love this. Now, I will say, I apologize coming in earlier. I'm going to be honest. I felt uncomfortable. I don't know you very well, Drew. I have a great amount of respect for you. And we do talk, but, you know, sometimes I feel like we're not as close as we could be. And that's just a normal fact of the matter, and that's okay. You know, just
Okay.
because life is busy,
Just
we're all
stop
busy.
talking.
let's-
You
No,
want to
I'm-
keep this
I'm
job. You
wrapping
wanna
it
keep
up.
this
I'm
going.
wrapping it up.
It's
I'm
our
wrapping it
podcast.
up.
It's
Can
our
you let me
podcast.
wrap it
It's
up?
our podcast. I'll wrap it up.
Okay. Well, I thought I was a part of the team now.
You are, but who's
Yeah.
in control of the company?
Okay. So I see
Here,
how this
he's
is.
the captain now.
So here's the thing. I am going to drop the job unless if you double my compensation right now.
Are you sure?
See,
yeah, boom.
negotiations 101.
there's-
Annoy
all right.
the competition.
There's no money.
What?
All right.
All right. Where
Ah,
can the
shit.
people find you?
Instagram. I
Just
think it's
cut it
Spencer
off.
M. Riley.
Just stop the recording.
Go to the Alliance mic on Mondays.